kill me, but you will never destroy me. It takes strength to resist the dark side.
Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one.
Are you kidding? Why the hell should I wait for you?
I know what it's like to try and rebuild a life. I had a bad day too, once.
If you're having nightmares, then welcome to the club. My name's Subaru Natsuki, and I am the Knight of Amelia.
Right now, all I can give you is just death.
It wasn't for you in particular.
You fought 100 men because it's not in your nature to run away.
If you are feeling disheartened, that you are somehow not enough, set your heart ablaze.
Well, it's another night like any other night, and I ain't doing shit with my life because all I've been able to fucking do is work. Welcome back to my weekend show, and I forgot all the lights because I was distracted trying to use what little free time I have to catch up on anime. So, yeah, here we are. I'm a little bit disorganized because I am running on minimal sleep and just barely functioning. So there's that. There's also a Chainsaw Man one up there that I gotta turn on. And in just a second, the actual freaking light to the room. Because that's the thing. Sorry if a little noise leaks in too, because the air conditioning around here is a bit broken. And oh, I got these discombobulated. I have my window open and it's to the street side, so fuck me, I guess. If you hear cars, well, get over it. But in other news, I did grab some manga this week, which I am happy about. I get to enjoy a little bit more reading. Now, one of them is actually something I've already read. That's Machi Maho. I talked about it last week. I've been loving that series, and now I'm switching over to reading it physical instead of digital because I like it enough. Now, on the other hand, I also got my hands on the next volume of Kaiju number 8, which ironically is also the anime that I was watching before I started the stream. The one that has me absolutely behind on everything I wanted to do. Looks like I have a little bit of catching up to do on Kaiju number 8. Either way, there's that. And I also picked up 2 more volumes of Chainsaw Man, which I still need to read. I am now like 3 volumes behind. And I am still trying to fucking get my hands on the next volume of Frieren because, well, it's sold out. It is very, very extremely popular. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I have been able to watch this, well, actually, there's 2 things I've been able to watch this week. So, firstly, the most important one to mention, Kaiju number 8, which just an overall great series. Like, you gotta love it. It's just, it's got a great soundtrack so far. Like whenever Kafka's about to do something big, it plays this track from the trailer of the anime that I absolutely love to death. Like it is just great. The sound, like the music that they have for the intro, everyone's talking about how great it is, but maybe it's just not my taste in music as much because it's good. I enjoy it, but it's not the most amazing thing that I've ever experienced. But other than that, and then there was one that I picked up because I thought, hey, maybe this will just be some like dumb little fun thing that I can watch for some wholesome, no sweat time kind of entertainment. And that was Jisan Basan, something or other. Either way, in English, his grandma and grandpa turn young again. And honestly, pretty fucking mid. If I'm honest. I gave it like a 6 when I was talking over Discord about it. And my primary issue is the fact that it literally just sits there, not really doing shit. It's a collection of small, unimportant, or not unimportant, unconnected stories that are all just there to be a gag, I guess. And of course, that leaves me still needing to catch up on literally everything else that's coming out this season. Mission Yozakura Family, because I like that manga. What else? Konosuba, Jobless Reincarnation, The Fable, Unnamed Memory, Spice and Wolf. There's another one. Spice and Wolf is cool. I've been enjoying that. But outside of those, I don't think there's any much else that I've actually been able to watch. Oh, there was one thing I didn't talk about last week that I had watched, and I decided to look into the Amazing Digital Circus. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's a free cartoon on YouTube. It's like the I don't want to say it's an adult cartoon, but it definitely has a little bit more like mature aspect to it. It definitely leans towards being a little bit more. It leans more towards an older audience because some of the things it deals with you probably wouldn't see in a children's cartoon. Either way, it was good. It was fun, actually. I very much enjoyed it, surprisingly. I thought it was just going to be something dumb that I found on the internet, and I'm like, okay, a bunch of people are overhyping this Has-Been Hotel. And no, that was not the case. It actually happened to be something decently entertaining. And of course, everyone knows the Pomni memes that spawned off of that series and everything that came after that. It took I think it was less than 24 hours for them to take that stuff to Rule 34, and I'm just like, y'all need to fucking chill, please. But aside from that, I haven't really had much time to watch or read anything. Like, I have literally been working. Over the past month, I have had exactly 1.5 days off. 1.5 days off. Yeah, it's not a fun existence right now, but kind of is what it's got to be right now. Not the happiest, but I have played a little bit of Warframe, and I have played a little bit of Ark, which, has helped me keep some of my sanity. Shit's fucked. You know what else is absolutely fucked? All the stupidity on Twitter, but that's redundant. Nah, I've basically been watching a bunch of people stir up drama because I follow indie comics, if you don't know. And I have watched a bunch of idiots basically slinging mud back and forth, being the most like drama queen-esque group of people you possibly can be. And the more I watch it, the less I want to actually be involved. If you know what's been going on, you probably understand what I'm talking about. But I basically just, it's annoying because it's two groups of artists, two groups of content creators and comic artists and all that going after each other. I shouldn't really say going after each other because one side does more of the instigating than the other. And it's turned into such an annoying little kerfuffle that I have to wonder how mature the people involved are. Like, I like artists on both sides of it. I enjoy the works that they create, but I do not. I follow them to keep up with their artwork and what they're posting when I can buy their comics, but I do not want to see them constantly sitting there talking their garbage about someone just drove by in a go-kart. Not a go-kart, a golf cart. I don't want to sit there listening to people spew their opinions on other people when all they can fucking do is either show their own comics or talk shit about other people. Like, I never see them post much else. You gotta get that red dye in me, you know? Hey. But yeah, that's been my week, following a lot of Twitter drama, which I will get into some of it later in the night. There is some funny stuff that happened, actually. But for now, I just want to pull up one random. Let's get into something while we let's get into something. I'm going to skip the indie comic highlight because I just haven't had the time to find a good one that actually interested me this week. Oh, this isn't the article that it was supposed to be. Basically, it was an article talking about how Kagurabachi was, which is an interesting manga about magic swords and mages. I don't remember if it's like a proper like historical setting or if it's some sort of like fantasy-esque world. Either way, Kagurabachi was supposedly inspired by Ghost of Tsushima, by Quentin Tarantino. Who else? Ghost of Tsushima, Quentin Tarantino. Forget the last one. What was it? Because I don't have the freaking article here. Either way, it just brought that manga back to my mind because, well, I don't know. I read it while I was out on vacation a while back, like the first couple of chapters, and I thought it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't the amazing thing that everyone was gassing it up to be. I think it got heavily glazed. But I would have to get back in and start reading it again because, well, I have not touched it since. I just haven't been interested. It just not my thing. Not my thing. Let's pull up a different article, actually, because this one kind of upset me. Share screen. This title I thought was funny. So here we have, it's official. Batman is a failure and DC just proved it beyond all doubt. Which you probably know where this is. Oh, more, shitting on Batman. And of course, it's a Harley Quinn annual. Batman's reliance on gimmicks makes it easy for criminals without them to escape justice in Gotham. Criminals who avoid calling cards can easily get away with crimes due to the police's reliance on Batman's methods. Gotham has hundreds of unsolved crimes due to the police not knowing where to look without clear, gimmicky clues. So to me, what this sounds like right off the bat is it's just bullshit. So, God, I wish these fucking ads would go away. DC has officially proven that Batman has undeniably been a failure for Gotham since he was created in 1939 by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Batman has always been perceived as an important and powerful hero for Gotham, as he works to stop its rampant criminal activity. Yes, he actually has stopped some of that criminal activity. However, a shocking new reveal shows that while Batman has done good work over the years, he's still completely failed to rein in crime. In Harley Quinn 2024 Annual #1 by Erica Henderson, Harley and her crew have just completed a robbery from a bank that has made them rich beyond their wildest dreams. As they watch the news, Harley is shocked to see that not only did they manage to avoid Batman at the scene, but they've also gotten away with the crime with no clear evidence left behind that points to her. She and her gang completely elude the police. Okay, so let's go right into this. What it sounds to me is it's more just like shitty writing. Like they can't write a proper fucking story. Plus, Harley Quinn was never meant to be a main character. Harley Quinn was a supporting character for the Joker. So this overemphasis on Harley Quinn just kind of ruins the character. Like, she's a tragic character broken by the Joker's sadistic fucking mind games. Anyway. Yeah, so the major moments show that Batman has set up outrageous expectations for law enforcement to find obvious clues about who orchestrated the crime. If Gotham, so again, just Batman. They're dumbing down the police and detectives in order to, make everyone else, or to make a point about how Batman is shit. If Gotham law enforcement have no way of immediately knowing who did it through over-the-top gimmicks, criminals are able to get away scot-free. Again, more article, more comic. This reveal serves as a major blow to Batman's work in Gotham. Years of being regarded as the world's greatest detective has made the police reliant on his skills and the type of criminals he attracts. Anytime he's called in to investigate a crime scene, there's usually some type of calling card, like the Riddler's riddles or the Joker's literal cards that help him and the police know who's behind the crime scene. However, by avoiding these glaring clues, any criminal in Gotham can get away with a crime because cops don't instantly know who to look for. And right here, you have like one of the reasons why that wouldn't be the case, because Batman can't be everywhere. Look, it's not the character's fault that you have written the entire world in such a stupid, dumb fuck way that now you have made your character the source of a problem. It would be like saying, well, the U.S. the planet doesn't deal with aliens or other threats anymore because Superman's around. Fucking no. The world doesn't deal with, international conflicts now because Superman's around. Fucking no. They don't know how to deal with this shit. There's so much crime in Gotham because it's a corrupt city run by gangs and psychopaths that it's almost impossible to root it all out. And yet here Batman is dealing with the worst of the worst for the police. That is what he's doing. He's dealing with the worst of these criminals and taking care of them, the kinds of people that the police would spend eons trying to catch through traditional means. And Batman puts a stop to their schemes, to their plots, to all the shit they do. So you're going to try and tell me that Batman has been useless to Gotham. No. No. Look, he's one man on a crusade against an entire city of crime. Of course, it's going to seem pointless. That's kind of the whole point of the character of Batman, is that it's a never-ending crusade, one that will last beyond his lifetime. But he's still going to keep doing it anyway because he believes it's the right thing. Now you've basically just tried to shit on the character, of course, because this is a Harley Quinn series and they need to make Harley Quinn seem like a character who's worthy of a main character title, even though she was a side character meant to support the Joker, reiterating that point. One created in the greatest cartoon ever made, Batman the Animated Series. So what I see here isn't a problem with Batman proving to be too much of a crutch for the cops. What I see here is someone who can't fucking write or think about their world. Again, in Gotham, in most traditional settings for this is a corrupt city where crime controls most of the upper echelons of society. Most of the police station, until Jim Gordon gets in, is corrupt. A lot of people who catch crimes are never able to really prosecute them. People aren't criminals are not prosecuted because, well, the commissioner before Jim Gordon and the mayor and the city council, they were all on the payroll of large gangs. And then Batman showed up, which, people will argue about, whether he inspired all the crazy criminals in the universe. But with Batman, there also came a rise in these psychopaths, like the Joker, like Crane, like the Riddler. I shouldn't say Crane, I should say Scarecrow, Bane. People that the police wouldn't be able to normally deal with, Batman's traditional rogues gallery. And those are the kinds of criminals that Batman spends most of his time dealing with. The ones that would probably destroy large parts of the city out of their own mania before the police could even do a thing. So Batman's evolved from more than just a crime fighter. He is like a guardian to the city. Which, look, I do like Batman as a crime fighter, stopping small petty crimes and stuff, but there is a level to it that's just a little bit fun to be with the rogues gallery and all that. There's an element that you kind of need those recognizable faces as villains, people that are easily recognizable characters. Consistent villainry. But using that as an excuse to blame Batman for the fact that crime hasn't gone down, well, why hasn't crime gone down? Because everything's fucking corrupt. And, well, because the story is going to continue being serialized and Gotham will forever be corrupt because Batman needs to continue existing because it is a very profitable IP. Probably one of the only decent IPs that Warner Bros. Has left that they haven't absolutely, at least they haven't yet absolutely shredded it. It still kind of does hold some weight with people. Some people do still like Batman. But regardless, calling Batman a failure because the crime hasn't gone down, well, I think that's a little harsh, considering, again, it's one man fighting an entire city worth of crime. But let's think of all the good that the man has done for the city, which the article did admit that Batman had done good stuff. Saved lives, helped contain criminals. I mean, we can go on and on about all the good things Batman has done, but look, there's something wrong in the water with there's something in the water that is just absolutely turning people over to criminal behavior. And now, of course, more of his sidekicks want to try and justify criminals doing criminal things. Looking at you, current Batman run. I think it was 137 or something like that. I don't remember. all of the Bat family aside from Damian deciding to turn against Batman. Which then in there is just kind of like there's too many characters in that whole gallery. Basically, you're interpreting something out of this. The author of this article interprets something out of this comic that just is the result of bad writing. Which is, of course, isn't to say that Batman hasn't put a stop to petty crimes like this in the past. However, this usually requires him to be on the scene as the robbers are making a getaway, and it's something that every criminal in Gotham knows. Batman can't be everywhere. There are hundreds of unsolved crimes in Gotham that will forever be open-ended since perpetrators didn't resort to gimmicks. Which I think is bullshit. It's really dumb writing of just, hey, we're going to have Harley Quinn get away with robbing this bank right off the bat to kind of make a joke about Batman. And look what it's, resulted in. Look at the problems it has caused. Sorry, small distraction there. So yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing that has happened, and one that I wanted to talk about tonight because I love Batman, one of my favorite characters of all time. You can see it right there. I keep all my cool stuff up on the shelves. It's always like, I don't know what it is with recent writers, but everyone just wants to shit on Batman. Everyone wants to, make Batman out to be this awful person because apparently stopping criminals from stealing shit makes you an awful human being. And really, that's not on Batman, all that stuff. It's on the cops. If that's really the case, if the cops can't solve a crime on their own, well, then that's on them. That's not on Batman. Batman deals with most of the gimmicky, high profile, very dangerous characters anyway. So get wrecked, I guess. Suppose. What else do we got? Apparently, Mushoku Tensei is moving into some more action-based stuff here soon. I haven't kept up with it. I just saw the dungeon arc preview. And I gotta say, it looks really good. I love Jobless Reincarnation so much. It's one of the best isekais you will ever watch. I highly recommend you do check it out. Which reminds me, there is a video I do need to do. And that reminds me that there's a video I am working on right now. But there's a video I do need to do about like isekai basics. Isekai is explained for the normies. I kind of want to have some fun making videos again, and I still am doing it in the background. It's just, excuse me, work has been hell, and I'll leave it at that. But the video I'm currently working on is why did I blank on this? Shangri-La Frontier. I'm working on my Shangri-La Frontier video, and I have the script done. I've done the audio for it. I just need to do all the visuals and the editing and all of that stuff, which is the bulk of the work. Recording and writing isn't that hard. It doesn't take that long. But I've literally been so dead tired that that's another one I need to check out is everyone loves, apologies if if that presents a problem, the sound coming out my window, but it gets hot in here. Either way, Go Loser Ranger. There's another one I need to catch up on. I keep forgetting about that. Or Ranger Reject, however it's supposed to be properly translated. Whatever the actual name of the series is. Yeah, I get it. Oops, wrong tab. Oh, apparently, and I kind of called this stuff happening. Magic the Gathering has decided that they want to do a Hatsune Miku crossover for Secret Lair. Hatsune Miku. Now, look, honestly, that wasn't what I was expecting. I get it. The Hatsune Miku stuff was really popular a while ago. It presented a lot of memes. If you're going to do a Magic the Gathering Secret Lair off of an anime, I honestly expected something way more relevant or more popular. Like Lord of the Rings, Fallout has done their stuff. Oh, hey RG, you just missed all the talk about how apparently Batman is useless. Because police can't solve crimes that don't involve gimmicks. Because someone wrote a Harley Quinn annual that Harley gets away with a crime right off the bat because she doesn't use any gimmicks and nobody can solve the crime. So that means Batman has done damage to the city. It's Batman's fault. Anyway. The one time he decided to talk to a girl. Oh boy. I don't remember where I was going with this. Fuck. I have completely lost my train of thought because of that. Oh, no, the Magic the Gathering anime stuff. I expected to see, like, look. As far as the Magic the Gathering anime stuff, why Hatsune Miku? No, you're fine. You're fine. I am just kind of... You don't have to be quiet. You can say whatever you want. It is a free and open chat. We are of the people here. Okay? I'm absolutely miffed that they would choose Hatsune Miku and they wouldn't go with something like Attack on Titan or like Naruto or Jujutsu Kaisen. Even you could do some really fucking cool shit with Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, you literally have a character called the King of Curses who apparently has the power to light off a fucking atom bomb whenever he wants. Sukuna. Yeah. It's I have expected Magic the Gathering, because they're going the way of Fortnite, to start getting into anime. And Fortnite has done My Hero Academia, they've done Naruto, they've done Dragon Ball, they've done Jujutsu Kaisen. I expected to see some of that stuff going over to Magic the Gathering, get a few like crossovers. I know some of them have games, like I think Dragon Ball and One Piece and My Hero Academia have card games. I don't know about Naruto though. But I would expect at some point in the future to either see a Secret Lair or a whole set based on an anime, because shit's popular. Yes, actually, yes. They don't just have anime. Magic actually has a full-on, properly licensed manga that's been running for 15 volumes now. Now, it's not what you would expect. It's not some like action manga about the actual lore of the cards. No, it's about two high schoolers in the 90s who actually play Magic the Gathering. Either way, that's kind of like a vindication for what I've been saying, that because Magic continues to want to go into the Fortnite stuff, into the Fortnite realm of like licensing out a bunch of different properties to make like events for their game, we're going to see more and more of this stuff. Like I've said, we've seen Doctor Who, we've seen Lord of the Rings, and we've seen Fallout. Oh, and there's a bootleg Naruto game. Weird. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I figured Naruto would get a game. Everything that's popular when it comes to anime, they tried to make card games because card games are very profitable. Although, like, as far as I'm concerned, I don't even buy cards from Wizards of the Coast anymore because they're a fucking shitbag company with what they do for their collectors boosters and all that stuff. They downgraded their card quality, so if you get foils and you leave them in mildly warm temperatures for like 15 minutes, they turn into potato chips, like they cup. Yeah, it's awful. So I proxy all of my cards at this point, and I make custom art. So I'm currently working on a full-on Berserk themed mono black deck for Crick, and I also want to do some for like other things. So yeah, you guys got Pokemon banned from your middle school? Nice. I'll have to hear that story sometime. It'd be funny. Yeah, I never really played the proper Pokemon TCG when I was growing up. It was all just like, oh, well, I have a more powerful card than you. Ah, so you were running a racketeering scheme. You had a whole scheme going on. I see why you were getting busted for that. I don't blame him. Now, I think I still have the most valuable Pokemon card I've ever owned, and it is a gold hollow foil card that's worth like $30. It's not terribly expensive, but for a card. Oh, no. Actually, I think I still have the most expensive trading card I have ever pulled from a pack. It's almost $200. It's over there on a shelf somewhere, and it is a neon foil Magic the Gathering card that came with a special set. You scammed a kid. Of course he went to the principal. Like, what the how did you how did you manage that? It's actually kind of insane. Look, if he really paid you $200 for a Pokemon card, I'm sorry, but I think the dude probably deserves to get scammed. Oh boy. Some people are just that dumb and they need to learn. Pennsylvania kids are literally the Simpsons IRL. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of The Simpsons in my life. I just never cared. I was more interested in like Teen Titans and Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Fucking weird ass stuff. I need to get you on this show sometime so we can talk about some of the random stupid things that I come across. Some of them are funny, and just because I like having people to talk on here. What the fuck we got? I am going to move into probably another topic here, which is Disney Plus saying stupid things about Japan. Probably should go up here. So Disney Plus exec admits anime industry making a shift towards more acceptable expressions in order to appeal to a wider audience. Gum. How did you, sir? How did you manage? You guys are absolute menaces, huh? I'm surprised you guys didn't get banned from school with all that. But yeah, back to the article. So Disney Plus, a Japan executive says that anime industry is making a shift towards more acceptable expressions. Now, I don't know how much I believe this because literally a week before, Studio Pierrot, the creators of Naruto and Bleach, literally came out and said that they were not interested in catering to Western audiences because it destroys the characters that they have. Anyway, in finally giving confirmation to the bitter truth that many fans of the medium already knew, Disney Plus Japan boss Takuto Iwata has admitted that wider anime industry is actively attempting to change its core identity in an attempt to make the media more appealing to global audiences, particularly those located in the Western world. Again, there is a lot of pushback. There are actually like politicians in Japan who are lobbying against this kind of stuff. Hell,
brother.
RG was just telling me about how you guys got a bunch of stuff banned from your school.
Oh, dude, so much stuff got banned from my school, like Bakugan, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, Beyblades. Kids were playing Bloody Knuckles with Beyblades. They wouldn't let us play Sui, like wall ball, because people were getting fights.
Did you grow up in like the fucking hood or something?
No, dude, it was just like it wasn't. It was a great. I'm talking elementary school. I ain't even talking middle school. Like, this was elementary school. All that shit got banned, and then going into middle school. I mean, they basically just moved up all the rules. They were like, yeah, nobody can have any of this stuff. I'm pretty sure silly bands got banned because kids were fighting over like other kids stealing their silly bands. Hey, we did not specifically get things banned. He might have. We didn't go to the same elementary school. I did not specifically get anything banned because I just didn't bring that stuff to school because of what was going on.
Based?
Yeah, like I just never brought. Like, I think I brought my Bakugan. I did bring to school because that was actually like lit, bro. I mean, the way kids were treated though, it was like dog fighting. You know, like they were like, yeah, my money's on the big one, you know, like type shit. It was so bad. And like I'm sitting there, I'm like, I got this dragon. He's gonna kick all your butts. And they're like, we want that dragon. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not bringing him back to school, bro. Someone's gonna steal him. Yeah, like Star Wars action figures, people got stole. Like, we weren't even in a bad school. That's the thing. It's just like, I don't know what he's talking about with sold cards for $15 a pop. I never did all that.
So he's just trying to implicate you in his crimes then, huh?
We didn't even go to the same elementary school. So
he said in middle school.
In middle school, I didn't bring any of my stuff. I never brought my stuff. I remember the first day of middle school. I brought like I was wearing my DC hat, you know, because everybody had a DC hat or shoes back in the day. And I left it in one classroom and went to the next one. And when I went back after class to go get it, it was gone. And I was like, yeah, I'm not bringing anything here. But that's the school that everybody called Maple Joint.
This is all making me really glad that I was homeschooled since like 3rd grade.
Oh, dude, that's just public school for you. Like,
I do have something cool that I picked up this week because I realized I was a couple volumes behind. I got some more Chainsaw Man.
Hey, I was just looking at that one with Makima on the front. Right,
Is
that's
that?
Makima, right? Let me see it.
I think it might be. It kind of looks like Makima now that you point it out.
No, that's Kobeni.
She has the same Makima eyes, though, doesn't she?
Wait.
I think this is the.
Is that a part 2? Because that might be.
This is 14, so yes, it's part 2.
Yeah, so that's what's her name. That's not Makima. That's
Asa or whatever.
Asa.
I forget.
Yeah, that's Asa.
Asa and the chick she possesses. Yeah.
Well, it gets
Either way.
possessed by. She gets possessed by. Well,
I
don't
thought Asa was the war devil, and then the other chick was.
know. Asa's the girl. The war devil is the one that possesses Asa.
Okay. Either way,
Yeah, it's
I have some fucking weird stuff to talk about tonight.
Let's go. Yeah, my bad for being so late. I help with cleanup.
No, it's fine. I just kind of rambled on and on about a bunch of boring stuff. A Batman article about how apparently Batman is useless because someone wrote a shitty Harley Quinn comic. Yeah, basically because cops became so reliant on Batman fighting criminals who use gimmicks. Now they can't solve crimes by people who don't use gimmicks or leave blatantly obvious evidence.
What?
So that's all Batman's fault.
Yeah, that makes sense. Batman's not out there like taking care of the. Like he started off like taking care of the dude who stole an old woman's purse, but like he's not the guy dealing with petty crime anymore.
He's dealing with all of the super dangerous stuff that the cops can't deal with fast enough.
Yeah,
like the Joker, like Scarecrow, all that stuff. Either way, yeah, it's basically someone wrote a bad Harley Quinn comic, and they blame Batman for all of the bad writing in the Harley Quinn comic.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Either way, so did you see Disney Plus their Disney Plus Japan exec? Here, I got the article right here still. Admits anime industry is making a shift towards more acceptable expressions in order to appeal to a wider audience. Have you heard this bit of news?
I'm also gonna have to hit that one with a right.
Right. Yeah. Especially considering you have a legit politician in the Japanese parliament that is lobbying against this kind of stuff. Like that's his whole platform is protecting Japanese artistic expression.
Well, also like in order to appeal to a wider audience, there's literally an anime for everybody. Like there's
but
an anime for any audience.
Basically, what they're saying is they need to censor fan service and control what is actually being said in there.
No, they don't.
Because the localizers are telling them that Western people want one thing when they don't. Either way. I also have to press X to doubt because Studio Pierrot and Rakuto Shinkai have both come out against multiculturalism, against Western ideals in anime.
Yeah. There's a reason that it's so popular over here. There's a reason that the biggest show on Netflix recently has been the freaking anti-woke Tom Brady roast. People are saying, a couple of comedians are saying like that. When you look back at the day that the shift happened, that was it. Like they're like years from now, when we look back, that Tom Brady roast will be the thing that shifted everything because so many people were so glad to have gotten that. And that's why so many of us in the West have moved over to anime is the same reason because we're sick and tired of the stuff that the West is making. So we've moved over to anime.
Yeah, it's annoying. Either way. Getting into this article because I think there's a lot of dumb stuff here. This could just be, Disney Japan, Disney being Disney. So, and finally giving confirmation to the bitter truth that many fans of the medium already knew. And now, look, I do see this going both ways because I've seen things here. I just doubt that it's going to last much longer. Disney Plus Japan boss Takuto Kawada has admitted that the wider anime industry is actively attempting to change its core identity in an attempt to make the medium more appealing to global audiences, particularly those located in the Western world. And yet, literally one of the most appealing anime of the last year was Frieren, next to,
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen and the Apothecary Diaries, all of which, people loved because they were distinctly Japanese creations. And they had nothing to do with like politics or any of that. It had nothing to do with ideology or any of that. There was no localization problems or whatever. All right, let's So, to the disbelief of many fans, the House of Mouse's entry into the anime business has admittedly surpassed expectations, launching an anime-only streaming hub named Disney Plus Star in October 2021. The entertainment conglomerate has since outpaced some of their more established rivals in acquiring an impressive and popular catalog of exclusive content, including Bleach: Thousand Year Blood War, which Sail the Seven Seas, Ranger Reject, unfortunately localized as Go-Go Loser Ranger. Personally, I think that title is a whole lot cooler.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's what they're calling it on Hulu. Because I was on Hulu this morning, trying to find something to watch, and I saw Go-Go Loser Ranger, and
It's basically The Boys plus Power Rangers.
should I watch it?
I haven't checked it out yet, but everyone loves it.
All right, I'll check it out tonight then.
Yeah, it's basically from the perspective of the monsters that the Power Rangers have to fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like they're all like evil and corrupt as shit, and they're like awful people just using these monsters that they have as basically slaves to keep their identity intact. Another thing I want to point out, since I said the word slave, that reminded me. You want to know how different no, this is actually going to be a really good tie-in. You want to know how different the anime community's perception of what's good is versus what the industry thinks is good? At the peak of Me Too, a little not very common, not very well known anime called Rising of the Shield Hero came out. And you know what it was about? It was about a guy who got framed for doing the R word to a princess, and she was lying through her teeth because she wanted to get in bed with a different guy.
Yeah.
And it was 25 episodes of him cleaning up everyone else's messes and being the only true hero of the bunch. And then finally having a chance to get his revenge on Bitch, who he literally, like, legally has her renamed to Bitch.
Let's go.
Yeah. And he waives the whole execution for her lies and attempted assassination of multiple people. Anyway, just a little, pointer for anyone looking at anime and all that. Remember, Shield Hero was most popular around the time that Me Too was really hitting its villain arc.
Yes.
People were sick of it, and it came out at the perfect time to take advantage of that.
Yeah, what happened to Me Too? All right, no one remembers it.
It became a mockery of what it was supposed to be. I mean, it started out good. Like, yeah, we're going to expose all these people who have done awful things in Hollywood. And then it basically just became an excuse for a bunch of people to come in and pretend like they're doing things.
And the amount of people that were jailed or were fined or whatever and had legal repercussions, there's so many people that then the U.S. government or like our courts were like, oh yeah, like my bad, sorry you had to spend 10 years in jail. Oh yeah, my bad, sorry that your football career for all 3 of you kids. Yeah, sorry that your career.
How about the baseball player who the chick basically like intentionally set him up in order to try and blackmail him with money.
Yeah.
And he lost everything he had outside of his like actual like savings and all that. He lost his contract, his position on like the Dodgers, I believe.
Yeah, so that
Um,
that actually hits very close to home for me because um there's a friend of both mine and Roman's who directly dealt with that. And there was we were in high school at the time. The kid was 15 and she was 17, and he's a scrawny little kid, man. There's no way. And I was with him in the freaking house the entire time, right? She like hangs out, whatever. She's doing her thing. There's a ton of people there, and we're all hanging out watching football or whatever. And she's like, "Yo, kid, come in the other room. I think you're cute. Whatever." Blatantly, nothing happened. Like, he comes out, he's like, "Dude, I kissed her," and we're like, "Yo, good shit, dude." And as she walked outside, called the R word, and he went through all this legal shit, and she actually left the school because everybody found out she lied about it. She literally said, "I'm sorry." It's in the text. She said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far." It's like, well, you did it though.
Yeah, but
and to a kid who's freaking 15 when you're 18, like,
and that's absolutely fucked.
yeah, she ruined it. He almost got
Like,
expelled.
what would
And
possess you to do something like that?
to a 15-year-old kid, dude, when you're 18, you're a legal adult. Like, it's like that's why that hits close to home for me and to a lot of people in our school that hit close to home. We were like, yeah, that is horrible to do that to somebody.
Either way, I think the success of Shield Hero, because its 2 following seasons just did not do as well. The success of Shield Hero is partly due to what was going on in US culture at the time and why a lot of people got into it. And now Shield Hero got a lot of flack for, the slavery thing, even though now Fumi basically treats everyone who is a quote unquote slave as his friend and close comrade, and has even offered to set them free, but they voluntarily bind themselves to him.
Yeah.
Either way, it's insane. I mean, they listen to a very loud group of idiots, and I think this is a bit of scaremongering here because what I've seen from Japan is they have no fucking interest in actually catering to the West.
No.
Feminism is treated like a cult over there.
Yes.
And when feminists complained about Uzaki-chan's tits being too big, they mocked them in their Twitter announcement of season 2. They literally made they had the voice actor come back just to talk shit about feminists.
That I have not seen. I mean, funnily enough, this person that I just talked about loved Shield Hero. I've never watched
it, dude, now for me is a fucking Chad, okay?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know if it's because he could relate or whatnot, but
yeah,
he freaking loved that show.
Yeah, I do recommend watching the first season. The second season falls off hard. First season is like a 9, the second season is like a 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Back to the article though. To kind of talk about no, it's fine. To kind of talk about like what's going on with, anime and localization and all that. Having overseen the series' continued growth ever since its inception, services continued growth ever since its inception, Yawada was extremely informed on the current state of the overall anime industry when he was asked about it during April 2024 interview with Japanese news outlet MantaWeb. Asked for his thoughts on the fact that the general anime medium is no longer a niche one, with more and more fans finding themselves drawn to its unique offerings every day, the head of Disney Plus Japan opined, "There is no doubt that we have undergone very significant changes over the past 10 years. Now, Japanese anime is entering a golden age. What has changed compared to 10 years ago is that we used to think of the business as a set of videograms and TV broadcasts, and we used to make works for people who could buy videograms. We were making films for people who could buy videograms. Videograms are still around today, of course, but streaming distribution has become more common, and the target audience is no longer limited to the domestic market. It's playing a very large role as communication, which is why it has spread globally. It is playing a very large role in the communication tool for users around the world, and I believe that Japanese animation is still in the process of evolving. So to me, right now, it kind of sounds like they're pointing more towards the fact that they're looking at moving to like a more streaming model rather than what they were traditionally used to. Like they're looking at trying to get more on the streaming side.
Yeah.
Rather than the old form content of like, One Piece or Naruto or Bleach, where they would just release episode after episode every week. So we'll see. We'll see what they have to say as we get further and further in. Today, Japanese animation is entering a golden age compared to 10 years ago. What has changed from something that was aimed at a limited number of fans is that people started thinking about the business of video games and TV broadcasts and bought video games. Did I just go back in time? Am I reading this again?
No,
I think I just. You want?
I don't even know. That whole article just jumped on you. So
yeah. Iwata then revealed that a few years ago, North American market was growing, so we focused on storytelling that would be received in North America. In Asia, a different genre was being received, and we, as creators, were conscious of the fact that we had to focus on domestic North American and Asian markets.
All right, let's pause real quick right there. A few years ago? You mean the 90s, dude? That's like Bob Iger saying, like, so the kids are really into video games these days.
Yeah.
We think that Disney should get into video games. It's like, where?
I think you actually just brought up a really good point. This is a corporate executive. You know how much they like have their finger on the pulse of
they don't.
What's hot in the culture?
They don't at
Fuck
all.
all. They don't. So what he's probably thinking is he's probably seeing other studio heads talk about like, well, how can we capitalize the most on this? And like who are talking to the heads of like localization organizations.
Oh yeah.
So what they aren't paying attention to is that their fans have been constantly clamoring for them not to do this shit. We keep telling like there are like Japanese fans, there are Western fans, and by and large, more people are against the idea of catering to the West. We don't like to anyone who's out in Japan who hears this for some fucking miracle. We don't actually want you to cater to us. Keep making the stories you guys like.
Yeah.
We'll consume them because we like them too. It's just a part of cultural overlap, okay?
Yes. That's why not even just I mean, dude, like people are watching foreign shows more now than ever. Foreign films, foreign TV shows, live action or animated.
Did you ever watch RRR?
No, I never got to. I'm pulling a who was the one who never watched it? Is that Gary? Yeah, I think it was.
I'm not sure.
Because Chris Gorkat wanted everybody to watch it. Yeah, I want to, but
it's so fucking good. Like it is so Bollywood, but it is so fucking good as just a piece of entertainment. I mean, you're telling me two dudes riding like chicken battle mode, like sitting on his shoulders with two dual wielding bolt action rifles where he'd fire them, lower them down for the other guy to rechamber around and then fire them again.
That sounds badass.
It's fucking great.
That sounds
like it is the most like Hollywood like.
Wait, wasn't
India made a movie for India, and it just so happened to be fucking fantastic. Okay?
Wasn't Ray Stevenson the villain in that?
I believe so. I believe he was like the English governor or whatever.
The English governor, right? Yeah, that was one of the
and
last.
Like he does like this jump out of a moving car, and like one hand's a sniper rifle, and like scopes it up and makes this epic trick shot.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. But yeah, like. Man, I do want to see that movie. I need to make that like I need to take a night to just sit down and watch it. Because like there's literally nothing bad I've heard about it.
Dude, it's just straight up great.
Hell yeah.
but yeah, I mean, people do love their foreign entertainment. I mean, Korean stuff is becoming popular. I mean, you see it with all the like the manhwa and stuff, but also K dramas.
Yep.
Japanese have like dominated with anime and manga. Again, I have my whole stack of manga that I need to catch up on. It's not just that. Over in the corner, there are like 2 stacks of other shit. Like I have like behind 4 volumes on Chainsaw Man.
There you go.
Yeah,
I want Chainsaw Man in I want it like on paper. Shit, I don't know why my brain's farting right now. Physical. There we go. Jeez.
Yeah, I am really glad that I got the box set for part 1 because I love box sets, dude.
Yeah, they're so cool.
They're so fucking expensive, but they're so cool.
I know it sucks how expensive it is.
I mean, I have so many box sets here. I have The Promised Neverland, Claymore, Silent Voice, Sweat and Soap, Demon Slayer, Nausicaa, and Chainsaw Man. And if I could afford more, I would probably buy more.
Yeah, but dude, they are.
Plus, they only come from a specific company. So if the manga isn't by that company,
the only box set that I have is the second part B of the Blood War. So I don't even have like the entirety of the Blood War, but I have the good stuff. I have all the big battles.
Yeah, that's going to be coming out here soon, isn't it?
I believe July. They were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Because they dropped a small trailer.
Unfortunately, though, it's still going to be on Disney Plus. Sail the 7 Seas.
No, it's Hulu. Hulu and Disney Plus.
I was about to say, technically, Hulu is part of Disney Plus, though, isn't it? Didn't they like buy that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of wild because I'll go on Disney Plus and it'll say like, watch Shogun now. Wait, what? They pushed it back? Bruh. Oh, no, wait. Okay.
You're telling me my boy Grimjow isn't going to show up?
No, he definitely. He shows up.
No, I'm saying you're going to delay the fact that he's going to show up. You're going to delay him showing up.
Oh, dude.
I know he's fucking there. I want to see Grimjow again. Okay?
Showing up is one of the best parts of that. Because Ichigo's mind blown. And so many other people are like, what? And then he ends up getting paired up against somebody who is perfect for him to fight. And it's so good. And there's a ton of people that will show up in the Blood War. I don't know if you know anything about it, but like a lot of people will show up and it'll all be like enemy of my enemy is my friend type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, oh my god, dude, it gets so good. Anyway, I can.
We bunny trailed really hard on that one. Either
yeah,
way.
my bad.
No, it's fine. That's the fun part about doing live streams is you get to do shit like that.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into some of this after we get the article done because there are some like random small things I do want to bring up. But
cool.
Now, however, the same fun and excitement can be experienced at the same time in any region, he added. That is how common Japanese animation has become around the world. What we thought was for the Japanese market is now accepted in all regions. I believe that the market has matured to that extent. Yes. So keep it that way.
Yeah.
Their curiosity piqued by his mention of anime's acceptance on a global stage. Mountain Web.
Yeah,
Mountain Web. Then asked Yawada, Japanese animation has a history of unique evolution that is not found anywhere else. There is even a kind of radicalized expression. When it comes to distribution to the world, is it necessary to change the style? I don't think there has been any major shift. The fundamental storytelling, the precision of the action, etc., have not changed, but there may be a shift towards adopting more acceptable expressions. In order to be seen by many people, expressions that do not hurt or mislead people should be taken for granted. That is, in order to be seen by many people, expressions that do not hurt or mislead people should be taken for granted. That is not a negative thing, but perhaps an evolution. When videograms were the focus, there was a tendency for only those who wanted to buy them to do so. But our awareness is okay. So basically, we don't want to be offensive to certain groups of people. Is what he's saying here.
Yeah.
We could get away with being offensive because we knew our target audience, but now, yeah. There was a tendency for only those who wanted to buy them to do so, but our awareness is changing because we are now distributing to a larger market through a service that can be viewed at any time by adults and children alike. So basically, less booba, less fan service.
There's literally children's anime. Like what?
Yes. I mean, look.
So are you trying to tell me?
Look, you're telling me that Naruto is bad because they have that one filler episode with the hot springs thing where Naruto gets framed for peeking at all the girls in the baths when it was actually like Rock Lee falling through the roof and accidentally grabbing some shit.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing though.
Did that episode piss me off so much? How like everyone beat up on Naruto, and at the end everyone comes over and it's just like, we feel for you, buddy.
Yeah, right. But
like,
also, by that logic that they just stated, that's basically saying like because it's animated, anybody should be able to watch it, right? So by that logic, why are you not saying the same thing about live actions? Like, oh well, Game of Thrones should be for the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes zero sense. Well, we're just gonna get rid of rated R at this point? Like, that's what you're sounding like you're saying there, is by saying that, well, anime should be for everybody, which it already is. There's an anime for every single age group and every single demographic that can enjoy it and love it and have fun with it. And the same goes for live action. So by that argument right there, you are therefore saying that, well, the whole family should be able to watch it. All right, well, why are you not doing that for these hardcore shows like House of the Dragon or The Boys? Well, The Boys has superheroes. Kids like superheroes, so The Boys should be for everybody.
Yeah, well, I think more so what they're talking about is ecchi anime pisses off Twitter.
Yeah.
And look, some of it makes me uncomfortable, like, do not watch Gushing Over Magical Girls. Do not. Trust me. Or Inukai-san's dog. I will let you fucking picture that one out in your head.
Yeah, I don't need to think about whatever that is.
Yeah. Look, ecchi anime is weird, but some people like it. Twitter does not, however. Twitter is full of people who will call you PDF files just for liking a woman with big tits, which is related to another topic that we'll get to later in the night.
Tits, all right? This is a fallacy. Everybody loves boobs. Whether you're gay, straight, whatever, everybody loves boobs.
Likely what we're going to see in this is probably less fan service, less ecchi anime. I think that's what they're moving towards. Which personally doesn't affect me because I'm not really like into all that stuff. Some of the ecchi anime is good. Like technically Mushoku Tensei is considered an ecchi anime because there is a lot of like talk about sex.
Yeah.
Because the main character is a fucking horn dog.
Yeah, but so is like there's a lot of characters that are horn dogs in anime.
Either way, yeah, jobless reincarnation takes it to a whole new level. There's one scene where the main character is asked by a chick who's really happy. She tells him, "Pinch me, see if I'm dreaming." So he pinches her nipple and gets punched like 5 feet back. Yeah, he's.
She asked for it, like
she gets all fucking freaked out over it and like defensive and all that. And like, later in the series, they end up fucking. So It all balances out.
I don't know if that quite balances it out, but, you know, it worked. It worked for him eventually.
It's look, I don't give it enough credit because I did a video on it, and it's one of the best, well-written fantasy anime you'll ever watch, dude. Just for character development, for world building, for the story, the animation is great. But it qualifies as an ecchi anime. Why? Because Sylphiette talks about how much she wants the main character to pump her full of babies. Okay.
Word. Does he?
Spoilers.
Ah.
Get an incognito tab. I'm kidding.
I
It
said-
doesn't actually. It doesn't.
No,
ever show
I mean,
any of that.
I've watched Akame Got Killed, and there's some parts in that are like,
Mhm.
yeah.
But it looks like the end of the article is just him reaffirming the fact that they want to continue telling good stories here. Oh, there's quite a bit more. Took a moment to address the widespread concern that fans have held regarding Disney's motivation in acquiring the exclusive global rights to big name franchises such as Bleach and Macross. We understand that Disney Plus's exclusive distribution of Japanese animation has been met with certain amounts of surprise. We are a distribution platform, but we are also a member of the productions we distribute. Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
So we want to contribute to the excitement of the productions, not just stick to our own distribution. Dude, that's the most fucking terrifying thing of this article. That Disney is directly getting involved with production of the anime?
Yeah. God damn, why did it have to be Bleach, you sons of bitches?
Because Bleach was the only one that didn't have a home for its ending. It was the only one that lagged behind for long enough to not already be started. Plus, not even Disney would fucking touch Boruto. That shit's ass.
I don't know about all that.
So we want to contribute to the excitement of productions, not just stick to our own distribution, such as tie-ins with movie versions like Sandland, the series. The best example of this is the expansion of our collaboration with Kodansha, for which we are focusing on ways to boost the excitement beyond our position as a distribution platform. We are working hard to make our partners and fans feel the benefits of exclusive distribution. As Disney Plus, we are trying to help bring the best of Japanese creativity and storytelling to the world. Well, basically, what that tells me is, hey, Disney is fucked. So we gotta get some anime in here.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
everyone loves fucking anime. Also, hail to Pilgrim.
Yo, what's up,
Great
Pilgrim?
Pilgrim. A wizard is never late. He always arrives precisely when he needs to.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's pretty much right on that. They won't stop because they need to. Disney's like a creative black hole. They just need to continue consuming things until there's nothing left to consume.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why they've got their hand in video games and now anime and pretty much absolutely anything that they can.
Yeah. So as the conversation drew to a close, Iwata shared his optimism towards the future of anime, telling his host, storytelling has evolved, and there is now a market that accepts anything that deviates from the high road. We also believe that no matter what the setting, the point at which people are moved remains the same, even if it is universal. What is the best storytelling? We believe that it is universal and can deliver an emotional experience equal for any time period, any country, any region, and any generation. The combinations are endless, and while new ones are continually being created, some things will never change. So, look, I'm getting a lot of mixed vibes out of this. Like,
yeah, me too.
Like, some of it seems like really fucking terrifying, like Disney being involved with anime production. Other parts, though, seem like that's the end of the article. Seem like they're really focused on, continuing to produce good stuff. Which, look, I respect. Artists should be looking at like producing good
Yeah, I
stuff.
don't believe them though, just for the sole fact that they're Disney.
Right.
And like that's not a shot at the creatives because we know for a fact that there are creatives at Disney who genuinely want to make good stuff. But it comes back to this problem where the executives put their hands in the pot
Oh God.
and start stirring everything up. Grimy, unwashed hands in like your freaking best soup you ever made. And they're like, yeah, let me add some of this grime into there for you. Because it'll make it taste better. It'll add some character to it. And like they just do it with absolutely everything.
If you see this hand, I just wiped my ass with this.
Yeah. It'll add some of me in there. It'll be good. Like it's just
yeah. Look. So it looks like, if I'm to interpret this correctly, what they're really looking at is just stepping away from the fan service stuff. Look, I don't mind people doing fan service or ecchi anime. It's not my thing, but for all intents and purposes, go ahead. I've read some of it myself. In fact, one of my favorite romance mangas actually happens to be kind of one of those like ecchi fan service things. It's a really weird premise, so I'm not going to say it here because I will definitely get clipped and taken out of context for trying to describe this.
Okay. You're not helping your case by saying it that way
either. I'm not giving anyone the ammunition on this one, okay? I know.
Yeah, somebody in the Discord.
But it is one of the box sets I have up here, by the way.
Okay, that answers a couple questions.
Yeah. Either way, for as much as I say it,
yeah, Pilgrim, I knew it.
I don't know, maybe the dude with the wrench.
Yeah, maybe that guy. Maybe the guy who's in the Discord with us.
Anyway, I mean, for everything, like for all like the quote unquote ecchi stuff it does, it's a romance between two adults and is very surprisingly wholesome and enjoyable.
Right.
Like it's literally just like healthy relationship stuff.
Yeah. I don't see a problem.
But like it has some pretty detailed sex scenes.
Yeah, but what's the difference between that and like, you know, some of these new R-rated movies that are coming out and stuff that have that as well? I mean, like, didn't Hollywood just have that Jennifer Lawrence movie last year?
I mean, if you watched Oppenheimer, they should.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Plenty in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But yeah, movie, I mean, like, if you're going to like try and like limit the nudity and all of that kind of stuff, but you're gonna try and keep a lot of storytelling intact, it peeves me that you would try and limit expression like that.
It hinders.
But it's not the worst thing that could possibly happen. However, it still terrifies me that Disney like is talking like they're involved in doing this.
Yeah, but I mean, as well, just because you mentioned Oppenheimer, a lot of those like what you would consider to be like nudity scenes and things like that, they're impactful. Like when she's sitting there watching her husband like go through the court stuff and then imagines the chick like butt naked on top of him, like that's not a scene where you're like, ooh, boobs. You know, that's a scene where you're like, damn, she's going through it right now, dude. Like that's hard. Like for like a wife to sit there and think about that and hear everything that her husband did, like, like that's not a scene where everybody's like, look at Florence Pugh, she's naked. Like, no, that's not it. Like at all. That's not the point of that scene. And to hinder that, you would be hindering the impact of that scene. Like that's a scene a lot of reviewers talk about because the acting on the other side is remarkably good. And I don't know. I wasn't looking at that scene going, ooh, boobs. I was like, shit, I want to give, like, I feel bad. I want to give her a hug, man. Like, because if anybody has ever been in a relationship where someone cheated on you, You all have those thoughts, and it sucks a lot. Speaking from experience, like I've had the thoughts of like another person being with my person, and it sucks. So like to like get afraid of like actually showing things like that happens, man. Like that's why that's an impactful scene. I'm not saying this in anime or anything like that, but the more and more you talk about it in animated form, the more and more it will come into live action.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like to loop back to what I was talking about earlier. Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation uses a lot of that stuff for like the character development and all of that. Like
Right.
Turning Point 1 or Turning Point 2, I can't remember which part of the story it is. One of them literally involves like this scene where, some stuff happens, and I don't want to spoil it because it's a really good story. I think you should absolutely go watch it. It might make you a little uncomfortable at times, but I swear it is a very, very good story.
You got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, man.
But basically, like, it uses like the innuendos, the sex jokes, like the actual sex scenes and all that. They are very important to the story and the character's life.
Right. So
like, they're not just thrown in there for fan service. They legitimately have purpose.
And probably have repercussions and or story elements.
Definitely repercussions, yes.
Yeah, so that stuff's important. Like, again, there's a lot of scenes in whether it be Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon where you have someone completely naked on the screen, but it's not a fun scene. Y'all remember Joffrey, dude? Like, what Tyrion got him for his birthday and his king day? That scene is fucked. Like, you're not sitting there going, look, two hot girls naked. You're like, oh my God, they're going to die in a very horrible way. Because this is a sadistic son of a bitch in front of us. Like that, but that has repercussions later because of what those characters were. And it ends up being an important scene. There's a lot of things like that. I'm not just using Game of Thrones or using Oppenheimer. There's so many movies where either...
No, I get the point. Like,
yeah.
Some of these things are integral to it. And if you're going to move away from that expression, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like you've just started taking away people's ability to talk about what they want to talk about.
Yeah. You're just removing art at that point. It's not like it's needlessly there. Like, needlessly there is porn. This isn't that.
A bit of a change of pace. Now, how about we move into some of the fun stuff? I scrolled through Twitter and found some of the like dumbest like anime related things I could find. And there are some interesting topics. So earlier this week, someone posted a comment asking who would win in a fight. Are you familiar with Jujutsu Kaisen?
Of course.
You're familiar with Sukuna then?
Of course.
Are you familiar with My Hero Academia?
Yes.
So you're familiar with Endeavor?
You're not going to tell me that they said Endeavor would beat Sukuna. You're not going to...
The My Hero Academia fan base came out in...
Endeavor gets his ass kicked every single time.
Dude, did you see the most recent spoilers for JJK about what Sukuna's actual power is?
No.
It's fucking insane. And like, a dude doesn't even need Cleave, Dismantle, or Shrine. He literally just says Fuga, and that dude is cooked no matter how much flame resistance he has.
Makes sense.
Remember what happened to Mahoraga? That would happen to fucking Endeavor. Except for way faster because Endeavor doesn't regenerate.
Bro, Endeavor gets his ass handed to him time and time again throughout My Hero.
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
Literally, I can count probably like 4 or 5 times we watched this dude bleeding the fuck out. Like,
to bleeding, beaten up, destroyed by characters who Sukuna would fucking bend over and raw dog on live television.
Dude, he wouldn't even. Sukuna would literally just go disappear, and they would die.
He would flick his fingers, and yeah, everyone in My Hero would fucking perish.
Yeah, he would
Except for
literally-
maybe All for One, but
No. Still, I think he's still got All for One.
and like, here's the thing: is people like I love doing some of these power scaling things on my own because people don't consider how like powers interact.
Right.
First of all, I saw a lot of arguments that Endeavor was faster and stronger, and his fire burns hotter than anyone could regenerate. Well, first of all, remember, Endeavor couldn't move fast enough to stop someone from, holding his son hostage. He was frozen. He couldn't react.
A meteorite from the sky.
Either
Probably
way,
not.
yeah, I was gonna say, remember when Sukuna just appeared out of thin air and told everyone to fucking stop?
Yes, he said.
Also, do you remember when Sukuna was like punching through fucking concrete and throwing giant monsters around?
Yeah. Endeavor can't do that.
And do you remember when Jogo tried to unleash a literal volcano on Sukuna and it didn't even touch him? That's the biggest problem here.
You're telling me Endeavor's faster? Do you remember Sukuna skating on fire? He was just skating around, like laughing with his.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is Sukuna has the defensive power to stop fire. He can just he no diffed Jogo, who is comparable to Endeavor, okay, for power and all that. Like
That
not
I
even
can
a
see the
scratch
fight
from the
scene.
heat of any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see
not even a
Jogo and Endeavor
scratch.
going at it. Jogo and Endeavor, maybe. But I
Jogo would
still
still
think
win,
Jo-
and here's
I
why: because
think
cursed
Jogo's coming out
defense,
on top.
cursed energy defense. That's what I'm getting at here.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen has an inbuilt mechanic that allows them to reinforce and protect their own bodies, which is how Sukuna was able to repel all of Jogo's attacks, which is why none of Endeavor's would ever land a scratch on Sukuna.
No.
Even if Sukuna just let him rail on him, Endeavor wouldn't be able to do a thing. I mean, when it comes down to that, Endeavor has no protection against cleave or dismantle. He has no protection other than his inborn heat resistance to Fuga, which would severely decrease the amount of time he could use his powers.
Doesn't Endeavor, he can get burned too, though.
Yes, he has resistance to fire, and the more he uses his powers, the more he overheats, and that basically means like he goes into like a heat stroke sort of thing.
Yeah, the key word there is resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a reason that he has a burn on his face. Like the key thing here is that their own flames can hurt them.
And it's actually not a burn; it's a scar.
Right, but
from the Nomu.
Right,
Like,
from Nomu. But still, like, regardless, like he can't even survive against his own. Like he had to be cooled down by Todoroki.
Yes. So it's like when people do these power scaling things, they don't consider how these powers interact. The fact of the matter is that no matter how you slice it, pun intended, Sukuna makes mincemeat out of Endeavor.
He makes mincemeat out of anybody.
He raw dogs Endeavor's dead body for the whole world to see before turning the dude into sashimi, okay?
Yeah. No, straight up. What did he do to that one chick? Remember the chicks with the phone? He just raised his hand and they just exploded.
He literally just went.
Yeah.
And they just sliced to pieces.
Gone. See, you can't really combine anybody from Jujutsu Kaisen with anybody from My Hero because they're getting bodied by almost anybody in JJK.
I don't know. Look, here's what I would say is the lower tier characters, you can maybe make an argument that like some of the students would be a decent match, like Deku versus Yuji would be a thing.
Yeah.
But like I don't really want to get too deep into it. I just thought it was really fucking funny.
But I'm talking the high characters of JJK.
Mm-hmm. Like Gojo again would body everyone within My Hero Academia.
Mahito would body half of them.
Yeah, well, mostly because none of them would be able to see Mahito.
And then also, well, no, let's remove that. Like, let's say they can't.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Right. So let's say they can see Mahito. He is 100% bodying a ton of people. All he's got to do is touch one of them. Like straight up. He just has to touch freaking All Might. That's it. And then same thing with crap, what's his name? Geto. Now that he's got Uzumaki, they're all done, dude.
See you, Pilgrim.
See you, Pilgrim. Have a good night, buddy. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Like, the JJK higher level characters are too freaking OP.
Let me see if I can pull up some of these other things on Twitter. But yeah, that was one of the funniest things that I started saying shit like that, and people got like pissed at me for picking Endeavor. It was funny. Twitter drama.
You mean picking Sukuna?
Yeah, sorry, picking Sukuna.
Okay,
Here we go. We're gonna play a game here.
Love you, Pilgrim. You rock, buddy.
Because this is making the rounds again, and I'm not gonna tell you what it's fucking related to.
Oh God.
Yep, that's the tab. So pick a number.
Pick a number.
Yeah, so basically it's been going around like the whole thing is which one would you pick? And now
Are these actual characters?
yes, they are actual characters from an anime.
They're all from a singular anime?
They're all from the same series, yes.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I'll tell you what, I've seen this one, I would pick number 2. Number 5 is also a safe bet if you're okay with some really kinky, crazy shit.
Number 5.
But the one that looks the most like a little girl is Frieren from the anime Frieren.
I
So
thought
she's
she
like
was
plus years old. I saw some people pick 4 and 6, and I'm like, you do realize that those two are 14, right?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like if it's not 2 or 5, 3 is a possible bet. 3 and 1, maybe, but they're both probably underage.
Where's the other like stupid like?
Yeah, it's got to be 2 or 5 though. 5 looks older.
Yeah. A producer arrested for distributing CP. Someone dressed Hugh Jackman up in a Vegeta suit.
That sentence. Producer arrested for CP. Hugh Jackman in a Vegeta suit.
I mean, I'm scrolling through my fucking there's another one. It's the Venn diagram and like the circles overlapping.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just pull this back up. It's just the most anime shows women as kind, compassionate, and likable.
Yo, bodied. I mean, just bodied an entire gender.
Yep. What the fuck else? Oh,
that was funny.
Oh, here's another fight one we can do. All in their strongest form, who wins?
Let's see who we got here.
Because right now, who I'm looking at are these 3 and Superman. Oh, actually, Saitama's there. I forgot Saitama's there. Fuck.
Is that Homelander?
Yes, Homelander is right here. So we have Superman, Goku, Sun Jingwoo, the Hulk. Deku gets fucking wrecked.
Yeah,
Homelander is a pussy compared to these two. Saitama.
Well, by proxy, wouldn't it have to be Saitama?
Here's the thing.
Couldn't Saitama?
Rimuru Tempest is just out of this world broken. Technically, if you want to say Saitama, because he has Toon Force, fucking of course.
Yeah,
let's take Saitama out of this, okay?
Yeah,
let's just take Saitama out of this.
Literally just one punch Eren and kill him.
Yeah, look, I think Aaron gets bodied by half the people here. In like for real, like I think Tail Beast Naruto would fuck up Aaron Yeager.
Oh, that's rumbling Aaron right there, though.
Yes, I still don't care. The Colossal Titan's nuclear explosion took out his body. You don't think a Tail Beast Bomb could do that?
Yeah, it probably could. Dude, honestly, like, all right, Superman first of all, because like you'll need some fucking kryptonite to kill his ass. Hulk is definitely up there.
I think Hulk, just because of the regeneration factor, he's not actually even like near as strong as someone like Superman.
Or Sukuna.
Here's the thing, though: is Superman's weak to spiritual attacks, which Goku, like half these people have.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
like,
here's an underdog of this though, and I ain't just saying this because I'm a Bleach fan. Kenpachi, because the more he fights, the stronger he gets.
no, that's what I was saying. Is these three look like ridiculously good contenders? Like Kenpachi's just fucking durable as hell and just continues to get stronger. Rimuru Tempest, kind of fucking broken. I think that's the character anyway. I believe that's Rimuru. And then Sukuna, well, no other villain in history has been glazed as much by the author as Sukuna.
Yeah.
In other words, bitch boy, bitch boy, bitch boy, bitch boy. Ultra Instinct Goku gets fucked up a lot more in the manga than you actually realize.
Yeah.
Baryon Naruto, cool, but probably not as powerful enough to deal with a lot of these guys. Luffy legitimately has Toon Force as his power.
Yeah. Gojo. But I still think Sukuna's body and Gojo. Oh, did we lose Crimson?
Hello?
Are you back? Yeah, there you go. You were frozen.
Did I just... okay, I froze. Did you hear me say fuck Fairy Tail?
No. But
okay.
I agree.
I don't know about Natsu, but fuck Fairy Tail. I don't know enough about him. So literally, if I had to pick one, I'm not picking Gojo because his powers get countered by a couple of these people. Particularly people who can absorb energy. Superman, I don't think so because supernatural powers are at play here.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick one, it would be down to these three.
I don't know who the one on the right is.
Again, Rimuru from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. He doesn't take physical damage, and in his most powerful form, he also doesn't take spiritual damage. So actually, now that you say that, and now that I say that, I'm pretty sure this guy just fucking takes it. If we exclude Saitama.
All right, and then Sukuna and Kenpachi. Yeah, those three are like... Bro, if you put Sukuna and Kenpachi on the same team, everybody's fucked. Everybody
Imagine Kenpachi with Sukuna's powers.
No, that would be like, dude, that would just be the end. But here's the thing, like, you want to talk like full power character, right? Like that should be on there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All Aizen would have to do if he was on there is just make you see his sword.
I can make you see my sword.
I knew you were gonna say that. Like all you have to do is like you would never know when he started using it. He could just trap Sukuna in a fucking loop.
Yeah, and then we get into the whole
yeah, like it would just there's certain characters on there, but like pure strength, like Sukuna and Kenpachi and that guy you said, Rimuru.
Yeah. One more that I got here. You can have one power system out of all of these. Which would you choose?
Dude. Ryatsu.
Personally,
or Chakra. Chakra would be sick. I like Ryatsu though. Like because like spiritual pressure is badass.
Yeah. I don't really care for. Stands, they're fucking dumb. Half of them in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures
Right.
have like retarded powers. Quirks are hit or miss. I mean, you could be a centipede or you could have super strength. Cursed energy, you are literally stuck with a technique, and if it's ass, get fucked. Chakra, you can actually develop your own powers, which is cool. You can make a lot of cool things. I think chakra is a good one. Breath, well, I can do that in real fucking life.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
when it comes down to it, it's got to be one of these in the corner here, and for me, it would either be Nen or hockey, because hockey's fucking cool because you can predict the future and you can make people faint on command.
What's hockey from? Is that
One
from
Piece?
One Piece?
Mm-hmm. So basically, armament hockey means you can like make things stronger. You can reinforce stuff. Observation hockey allows you to sense things. It also allows you to predict the future if you're really proficient with it.
Okay, though here's the most useful out of all of these. In my opinion, the most useful would be chakra. In day-to-day life, the most useful would be chakra.
Actually, I think the most useful would be Nen.
Well, what's Nen do again?
So Nen is the power system of Hunter x Hunter, and it's honestly one of the most brilliantly conceived shonen power systems ever created. But the issue with Nen is, in order to get more specific, more refined effects, you have to make these ridiculously complicated pacts with it. So you can have basic abilities. So like the main character, Gon, has an ability called Jajan Ken, which is pretty much just a rock, paper, scissors game, but depending on whether he chooses rock, paper, or scissors, the power alters. So rock is literally just, I'm going to punch you really fucking hard and it's going to hurt. Paper is a projectile attack, and I forget what scissors does. Either way, there are a bunch of different abilities. So in this picture, you have Kurapika, who is a manipulator. And each of these chains has a different ability on them. So one allows him to steal other people's abilities. One allows him to bind people and keep them from moving. Basically, he summons chains, but he can do that with anything. In fact, he once summoned a shovel in order to bury the corpse of an enemy he had just finished fighting.
Yeah, see, like that's sick. But I'm talking practical, like just practically with chakra. There's so many practical aspects to it.
Well, you can do all that with Nen too, but Nen isn't your life force. Plus, with Nen, there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do. You literally form your own techniques with Nen, kind of like chakra, but in a much more unique way.
Gotcha.
And you can learn all different types of Nen, and you can reinforce your body with it. I know they do that with chakra and all that, but by using Nen, it's not your life force.
Yeah, see, I would probably end up going with like spiritual pressure, like the Ryatsu, personally, just because I like the way it works and stuff, and I like.
Well, their spells are pretty cool too. I mean, that's one thing about Bleach that I wish they had used more, or like the Kato, or I forget what they call it.
Bakudo.
Yeah, Hakudo.
Yeah, there's Hakudo and Bakudo. But yeah, that's like that's when you get into like the crazy Bleach lore. Like, well, semi-crazy Bleach lore is like to go into all of those abilities, that's like completely separate from Zanpakutos and Hollows and all that. That's like something anybody can use, Bakudos and stuff. Like, but you have to have spiritual pressure, of course. But
yeah. Now, if I could pick if I could pick the quirk, curse technique, or stand that I was using, that would be like a game changer for me, because you can pick some really interesting things. Like having infinity and 6 eyes, that'd be
sick. That would be sick.
Or just having those abilities, considering I work in construction.
Well, that's the other thing, like I'm saying with chakra is, or I guess you just explained the same thing with Nen, is you can just get really good at one thing. or be really good at like multiple things. Which is why I think those two would be like the most useful in day-to-day life. Because we're assuming that us having this does not necessarily mean we're in that world fighting, kicking ass all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you just have the ability. But I also like the fact that, you know, Kenpachi can just walk, or not Kenpachi, freaking Kakashi can just walk up the side of a tree and be like, what's up? Like, that's sick.
Or just like vanish out of thin air, you know?
Yeah.
You know what, actually, I think I'm changing my decision after all that. I think Chakra would be fucking way more fun.
It would be,
Because imagine,
a lot
look, let
more
me just say
fun.
this. Shadow clones would really fucking help me right now.
Yeah, Shadow clones would be the shit, dude. That would be... Shadow clones would be so much fun to have. And then they just poof away.
Right. Oh, here's another funny one. All four of these in the same room. Who comes out crying first?
I only know 3 of them. I don't know the top right.
I don't know her. I don't know who that is either. But I guarantee you, it's fucking Aaron Yeager.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely Aaron. It's 100% Aaron.
Like, if you say anything else, like Aaron Yeager is just gonna get fucking bullied. He's a pussy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Aaron 100%. He cries so many times throughout. He cries when he's angry. You're like, I'm gonna kill them all! Kill them all! Damn you! You hear me?
Who's the best big brother? This is like the last one I think I got. Honestly, I feel like it would be Ichigo or Killua.
Yeah, honestly, Ichigo or Killua, like it, because Ichigo straight up will defend the, like he will throw away what he's in the middle of doing to save his sisters.
Keep in mind, Ed was the one who got Alphonse trapped in that fucking suit in the first place.
Yeah, like no, it's not Ed at all.
I haven't seen Code Geass, so don't judge me. I do love Mob Psycho, but Mob is way too awkward. Choso, Choso tried to fucking kill his younger brother.
Itachi killed their entire clan, so I don't.
That's why he's not on there. That's why he's not on my list.
Yeah, he's not.
Ace is part of the Donut Club, so can't really be a great big brother if you're a part of the Donut Club.
I don't even know who Ace is, and I know One Piece stuff, but I don't even know who Ace is.
So yeah, honestly, if I had to pick one, it's probably Ichigo.
Yeah, because he does everything. Everything that he does ends up going way back to his sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the day, doing everything he does is to make sure that his sisters are safe. Even though he knows that he has to like save the world and all this other shit, at the end of the day, and he's always thinking about his family. 100%. Up until he realizes how safe his sisters actually are, which is later. But like up until that point, it's literally all about keeping his family safe, keeping them out of harm's way, till he realizes they don't even really need that much protection. But
yeah, I have one more thing. There was like a whole AI localizer thing, but I don't want to be here all night talking about like dumb shit. I kind of want to just have some fun with like anime and random like commentary stuff.
Yeah.
There was like the whole localizer AI thing, which is basically just there's a company who is out there because apparently only 2% of manga that's produced is ever translated and sent over to the United States.
What?
So there's a company that has started up an AI translation technology called like Orange Inc. to help companies produce more translations.
Interesting.
Yeah, they raised like $19 million on their first round.
I'm listening, by the way. Camera's just off for a second.
So, yeah, have you ever heard of the game Hades?
Yes.
Have you played it?
I have not played Hades. It's the side scroller, correct?
Kind of. It's like a top-down roguelike dungeon crawler sort of thing where you have to escape Hades.
Yes. I haven't played it, but it's big on Xbox. They talk about it a ton.
Yeah. Or are you thinking Diablo?
No, I'm not thinking Diablo. I'm thinking about Hades because I always see it on either they'll show it off at like, you know, what used to be E3, or they'll show it off like it's always on Game Pass. Like, yeah,
I have played it, and I can say that the game is pretty fun. Actually, I like the game.
I did hear something about it recently though, like some controversy or something.
Yes.
Is that what we're getting to?
Yep.
Wait, is it about a certain goddess?
Yeah. How did you know?
I did. I heard somebody, I forget who it was, talking about this. And I looked into it myself a little bit. I actually basically just looked up a picture of the goddess, and I was like, I don't see
this all started because someone named V. I'll get into this a little bit before I bring up the images and stuff. Someone named V pulled up a couple of selected goddesses from the game Hades, which is Aphrodite and Hestia. Now, obviously, I don't need to explain who Aphrodite is. Basically, a sexy lady goddess of fertility. Okay. On the other end, though, oops, I didn't mean to click that. We have Hestia, who, if you don't know who Hestia is, she is the virgin goddess of hearth and home. Basically, the representation of like homemaking and the central part of Greek life. Now, according to the legends of Greek gods, Hestia is an eternally youthful goddess who pledged herself to never marry in spite of being proposed to by major Olympians.
Right.
So that spawned a little bit of an interesting controversy when, let me bring up this image now.
I remember looking up the Aphrodite picture, and
so this was the first one that kind of spawned all of this. So here we have a version of the character who is old and looks like, the black lady. Basically, she looks like the old black lady who brings the greatest food to the church potluck you'll ever eat.
What am I staring at? Like, what is that face?
It's Vigilito, I believe is the disease name. It causes like skin. It looks like she has buck teeth, right?
Yeah, she looks like a weird clown.
Yeah. So this is kind of what spawned the whole fucking thing. Was people were comparing this, the Hestia design from Hades 2, to the Hestia design from Don Machi. And now let me see really quick if I have here's the actual comparison of all three. The original creation of Hestia, from Don Machi, and from Hades 2.
That is a scary looking face, dude. Like,
I love this comment here. I mean, Don Machi's doesn't look like a cracked out homeless grandma. That is. But yeah, I mean, this kind of spawned a bunch of shit about like people talking about all these designs and all that, and it gets even more interesting when they bring up this one, which is Aphrodite from the first game. Okay.
Yes, yeah, this is what I did see. That's the picture of Aphrodite I saw.
Yeah, so like you agree that looks like a man's face in that one, right?
Yes.
Well, this was actually the picture of the second game. It looks a little bit more feminine now, doesn't it?
Yes.
So that was an interesting one.
Too.
What?
I saw both of those pictures being combined, like not combined, compared.
Yeah. So there was that. There was also someone who did an art fix of it that makes it look way better. Oh, I didn't mean to.
I know people were upset too because she looks too sexualized, and I'm like, you do realize she's the goddess of beauty and sex, right? Like,
yes. So here's what someone did for the art fix. Like, I would expect to see something like that.
Yeah. Which makes pretty much perfect sense. I mean, that's what
here's one of the things is this has gotten wrapped up. I'm going to pull this down because I don't want too much on my screen for too long. I bring all that up because there's been this big thing in culture. I'm sure you've heard of all like the dispute over like the ugification of women in
I've talked about it
media,
on my show multiple times. Yes.
like with Manjaw Mary Jane, with Aloy being chubbier, with like the Laura Croft stuff. It is a common thing where they continue to take women and give them these awful designs.
Yes.
Now, in this case, I feel like it's a bit unfair because it's cherry picking. There are other goddesses in there that like arguably look really good. I had a thread somewhere in there, but it seems to have disappeared of like all of the different designs in the game. And look, what comes to mind is they're clearly capable of designing good looking women for like, Athena or for Artemis.
Right.
So why then did the two that have to represent like arguably the two most feminine qualities, beauty and homemaking, have to have these like weird sort of additions to their design? What was the point in that? Is my question. Why specifically Aphrodite, who is beauty and fertility, get like that weird man treatment? Now, granted, it was kind of upgraded from the first to the second game. They did better. Could just be a lighting and positioning thing. But for homemaking to be something, because Hestia was desirable to the other gods. Like Poseidon, I think a few others proposed to her. They wanted her to marry them. She refused. Why go out of your way to make the two personifications of very feminine qualities look ugly? That's my big point in it, is like you've just started attacking like female characters altogether. It's kind of a subtle thing of like, well, they shouldn't be desirable to you.
Exactly.
Even though like those are things that women naturally gravitate towards. I mean, look, we can go into like all the anime moms and stuff. I mean, Ichigo's mom was easily a badass, even though she was still a homemaker and a mother of 3.
Yeah, Misaki Kurosaki is awesome. She's awesome. And so is Kushina from Naruto. You know what I mean? Like, you have a lot of female like characters who embody all like shit, man. Like Hinata.
Like, yeah, it's like, why does it frustrates me that this has to be the thing? Like, and it kind of ties back into what we were talking about earlier about like the censoring of expression and all of that. With like they're going to do less booba, less all that. There's a reason these things become desirable to people, and it's not just because the male gaze. No, there are certain things that people want in life, and no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to program that out of them.
Yeah, you won't be able to program straight people out of being attracted to other people. That's not going to happen.
So, like, the Aphrodite thing seemed a little weird until I looked further into it. I still think that in the design, she looks a little unnecessarily androgynous, which is just eh. The Hestia one, okay, I just thought like both sides were being retarded about it and they're missing the point. It's not about like the idea that like they're not like beautiful anymore. It's kind of the idea that it's just a straight up attack on femininity if you really think about it.
That's exactly what it is.
Again, you took the two personifications of like straight up feminine qualities, beauty and homemaking, and somehow made them look weirdly undesirable. Particularly with Hestia, like why would you even design a character to look like that? She's supposed to be eternally young. Why does she look like a black grandma?
Now she's eternally on crack. Living in the streets of Kensington, Philadelphia. I'm dead ass, bro. If you don't go down there, anybody, but if you do go down there, you will see that exact person.
So yeah, that is like one of the things that I thought was like V went on this whole thing about like all this Manjo and stuff, and I follow him on Twitter. because sometimes he has some good points, but I think I might have to stop because he's getting kind of annoying with like the content grind, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially after looking into a lot of what is going on with Hades. My issue with it is it comes off as disingenuous because he acts like this is a new thing, but that's the design from the first game. The second game improved that, and nobody fucking cared when the first game came out. There were no complaints. Now the second game is here, and all these people have started attaching, the culture war to it. You understand? Like, it doesn't negate the points that they're making, but you understand why it comes off as disingenuous and content grindy, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But I mean, it's been going on. People have been talking about this for years now. I mean, I've been talking about it for at least a year now on shows. Like,
which is why you should watch Freerun, because they do, strong feminine characters really well.
Hell yeah. I've literally heard from so many people that Freerun is one of the best anime of this year.
It is the best anime of 2023. And I will stand on that, dude. I have to go back and make my video about how all the fucking themes of the series tie into every nook and cranny of it.
Hell yeah.
But it is a masterpiece of like thematic storytelling.
That's what you want at the end of the day, right?
I mean, it is art, pure and simple. Okay. Now the argument can be made about whether it's like the greatest anime of all time or not. It's definitely one of the best ever made. People will still argue over like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's the one.
That is an amazing anime.
Yeah. One that I feel like I might need to go back again and watch. It does currently on my anime list. It ranks higher than Full Metal Alchemist.
Shit.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is at like a 9.08. Freerun got to like a 9.14.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, but either way, like it's perfect. I will continue to prattle on about how amazing that anime is for all eternity. But its main character is this 1,000-plus-year-old elf girl who is, like strong physically. But she's also very like motherly at times and like likable, endearing. She's fun. She's goofy. She's flawed, particularly in the fact that she really does not get up well in the mornings.
Yes, I did. I do remember that. I watched the first like 2 episodes of that show.
You need to get to like once they get Stark into the story, things start accelerating. Because like Stark versus the dragon, and then later on when they do their first big battle, really good animation bits there, awesome storytelling, the way they incorporate it all, and the last few episodes are some of the most insane animation that I've ever seen.
See, it's not that I didn't like it, it's just that the night that I was starting to watch it, I was getting really tired, and I was more so like, I don't want to miss anything and just wake up with it still playing, so I turned it off. I just have to go back to watch it again.
But yeah, I mean, hell, we can even throw this bone out here again because I say it every time we bring this up. Bleach has plenty of likable, strong female characters.
Absolutely.
Naruto does too. I mean, I would say Dragon Ball, but really, people really only like it because of Bulma. All the other women, Android 18. People like 18 too.
Yeah, Android 18 is pretty good.
But all the other women, people think Chi-Chi's a bitch.
Dude, I always, every single time I hear that, I can't not think of Meat Canyon's video where he's like, Chi-Chi, give me the sensu bean. It's like, if you've never seen it, dude. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
I saw the Team 4-star one where
you've seen the Naruto one, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, dude! It's the fight between Naruto and Sasuke like the first fight that they have at the end of like Naruto, where it's just funny, bro. Naruto's like, "I'm gonna bring you back with the power of love," because I love my best friend. And Sasuke is just like, no, dude. Like, it's so ridiculous.
No, the Team 4-star one I'm talking about. Have you ever watched a Team 4-star video?
No. I don't think so. Maybe.
Dad, how did you survive? And please, do not say muffin button, because if you do, but it was! They basically, Team 4-star is a channel that ran for a long time doing Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And they did the parodies of Dragon Ball. Like, there was one of my favorite lines out of all of that was, you know what, Vegeta? When you get knocked off that horse, you get back up and you eat that horse. Will you eat that horse with me, Vegeta? What the hell are you going on about, Kakarot?
I actually have seen some of these before.
Yeah, dude, Team 4-star is great. There's one, though, the reason I brought all this up, where basically it's before the final battle of the Cell arc, where, you know, they're all kind of like chilling for days.
Yeah.
They basically make a whole like reference to how Gotenks became a thing, or how Goten became a thing. And basically Chi gets really pissed at Goku, and Goku tells Gohan to, all right, I need you to go to the store and pick up a whole pound of peanut butter. But why? Just do it, son. Please.
Oh, jeez.
Basically, they parody Chi-Chi into being like this, like sex deprived woman who's like constantly trying to like tie Goku down.
Well, I mean,
instead of being like a constant naggy bitch, it's always just like, I want you to fuck me right now, very aggressively.
You gotta love it. The anime community, everybody.
Yes. Someone's probably watching that just clipped me saying that, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, someone definitely is gonna clip that. It won't be Pilgrim though.
It'll be you. You have to get me back for making that fucking clip of you.
Dude, I'm not even clipping it. The clip you made of me is ridiculous though.
It doesn't even show the little like half a second blurb at the end when Roman plays it.
I know. That one, I knew that was gonna get clipped. As soon as the words left my mouth, I was like, fuck. You saw it on my face, dude. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you realized the moment you said it. I also have another one of Caleb saying that he likes to have sex with his husband.
I remember that, yeah. Oh man. Good time.
I think this is the one.
We'll see.
Yeah, he basically what he says is, because everyone is asking, I'm actually not going to say it. I'm not letting someone else get a clip of that.
Play it. Yeah.
I would have to put it into my. It shouldn't take too long. I have a. Let's go here. I'll upload it to a clip. I've been meaning to do this anyway. I have a version of it that I gotta actually go in and go to the file. I have to go through Streamlabs to go to the file. And upload it. And it'll take a few seconds.
We do everything. We do everything.
It's a clip of Megan from Waves and Waifus. I forgot I had that. So yeah, here's what I got.
He's too innocent for the internet.
Because everyone is asking, we're going to tell you. Yes, I have sex with my husband.
Oh shit, man. We have a lot of fun on these streams.
I
That
love
was,
fucking with people. I love
that was
fucking
one of
with
the
our friends
Wittens.
group.
Yeah, that was on one of the Wittens.
Mhm. Too bad he's not around because I'd hit Roman with this.
Hashtag segregation.
It's the way he says it, dude. It's the way he says it at that moment. Segregation.
There's also another one of me here that I can pull up really quick. I'll show you. I think Ronnie has it.
Ronnie has all of them, dude.
No, I actually made this one for a video and I posted it in the Discord. And Ronnie snagged it. He used it in his Hit Piece video on me. You might recognize it, so
I'm sure I will.
Incest is wincest, I guess.
That one's gold, dude. I do remember that. Is that how that video started? Or is that how he ended the hit piece on you?
I think he started it with that, and then he rolled into like the Richmond
intro.
Cinematic Universe intro with like, Sweet Home Alabama playing.
Yo, Ronnie's god tier at that shit, man.
Oh, there's another fucking one in here. Where is it? I have a clip of Lethal laughing like a fucking unhinged joker.
He does that a lot.
Where is it? Okay, I gotta upload this because I've been meaning to do that too. It's
Shout out
literally
Lethal.
Yeah, Lethal Joker laugh. I think this is the original clip, not the one that I edited to like match him up to like drag queens and stuff like that. Bro, I have become a professional troll. I have a clip. Do you know who Mazza is?
Yeah, I know Mazza.
Okay, I clipped Epic Mike saying that he is gay with Mazza, and I started a whole fucking meme. So now there are accounts called like Epic Mike's Soul Pole, Epic Mike's boyfriend. Everyone makes fucking fun of Mazza. They're constantly asking him like how Mike is doing. Mike trolls him about it, dude. He's pissed.
Shout out to Mike as well in the Epic verse, doing big things over there.
So I think it was.
Oh, nice.
And basically, there's 30 seconds of him laughing like that.
Jesus, Lethal. That just woke anybody up who's listening to this. They're like, what?
Right?
Yeah.
Basically, what had happened was they have a channel together, like a whole gaming channel called Gronk Squad.
Yeah.
They do a lot of good gaming streams, by the way. Fuck. Where was I going with this? Anyway, Mazza forgot to upload the video that they were supposed to put up after their stream to the correct channel. He accidentally uploaded it to his own channel instead of the Gronk Squad channel. So that's what Lethal was laughing about, is Mazza realizing he had put it on the wrong fucking channel.
That's amazing. See, none of us are professionals on YouTube. We try.
I also think I have a clip somewhere buried in here of Daimyo talking about putting a midget on a chain and slinging him around like a like a weapon in the zombie apocalypse.
I remember that conversation. I don't know what.
Get over here! Yeah, you were there for that.
I was there for that. I just don't remember what we were. Yeah, I think it was a zombie apocalypse or something.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to fucking call it on that, though. I think we've deviated enough. We've talked enough, so I'm sure everyone wants to go to bed. So,
indeed,
time to log off. So,
I'm getting sleepy.
Without further ado, it is time to end the night.
Because everyone is asking, we're going to tell you. Yes, I have sex with my husband.
Basically, if you don't have a penis, don't hit on me.